everybody. Hello, everybody.
Alright, I might as well get started, maybe. Technically 3 minutes early, but that's fine. Yeah, right. What are we getting up to today, huh? I created myself a little list so I could at least Restream pug. It reminds me, I probably should enable like better TV and shit in chat, which I don't think I ever did. Anyway, yeah. So from yesterday, want to finish. Oh, I've got the panel open, but finish the initialization of the prop panel. I remember I had that temp method. Yeah, this guy is changes so it actually initializes stuff properly. And then create the functionality for the decoration review. Not sure how that's going to work yet, but yeah, it's easy enough to at least create some mock functionality for that as well, because that's then all the review functionality in. But then from there, I'm going to try and work on, don't know how we're going to do it yet, but any UI involved, and also need to probably create some new stream file, not stream, save file, for being able to change the floor, the chairs, tables, and wall and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get started with that. So let's start with this guy. So we should have a load props method. So it's something that I was thinking about last night. So currently, right, so we've got this grid, which, can I open in this guy? It's still kind of hidden. I guess we need to turn on the tile map for it. Right, so we have this grid, and the grid needs to just be a public thing. Like, it can't be just tied to the cafe, but eventually you are going to be able to upgrade your cafe, which I haven't moved yet, as you can see. Considerably bigger, but it just means all the zones and stuff are going to be different, and we need a way to be able to translate. So I think my problem is, like, so let's just say we've got 4 plants in the main level, is, you know, when you upgrade the cafe, obviously the tile map positions are just going to be different. That, or I can just do some like translation stuff, like let's just say you put it in the corner, it puts it into the corner again, but I don't know. That's a problem until a lot later. I don't think I'm going to be implementing the tier 2 cafe in the first test of the game, so that's just something I need to keep in the back of my head. Alright, so this thing, set up props. Probably helps if I open up this guy. Seeing that in action is gonna be so cool. Yeah, like, yeah, that's amazing. Like this, I think that's probably the extra cafe is probably the biggest thing that I don't have implemented now. I mean, obviously all this cafe management stuff and being able to upgrade to it, but yeah, once that's in, like, that's a huge part of the progression and stuff that we were talking about yesterday. So I'm keen to see how that's all going to go. But yeah, it's like that, and the way to gain stars through like a... Alrighty, so the way I set this up is probably, in hindsight, not the best. Because I've made, yeah, row 1, 2, 3, 4. So if let me just see if I delete one of these items. Okay, maybe it's fine. All right. If that's the case, what we can do is come into here. is. I made a new material, not a folder. Oopsie. Folder. This is going to be cafe decoration. Need to pull in this guy. Just make sure he's got all his stuff set properly. He does. I think the problem with this is the fact that, like, you can see it's got some weird anchoring. I think we do like this. Pivot. It's not where the pivot should be. It should be 0.5, 0.5. Does that kill this panel? Oh, it kind of didn't. That's nice. Overrides. No overrides. Cool. So I think... So we only ever want 4 of these per panel. Oh, I can remember what I wanted to do as well. I'll put that in. Put in a notepad. Finish initializing. Create. Second prop. Something else I said I was going to do yesterday. So we've got 4 different rows. I'm trying to think, like, do I actually really need... Yeah, I guess I probably should. Okay, so if we're going to come in here then... Decoration items. This is now the prefab. So we're going to need some transforms now. Serialize field, private, transform, m underscore row 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the chance for stuff to get a thing. Okay, so we probably should also have a list of decoration items. Call them items. Need to import system collections. So have you been doing any game dev stuff lately, Stubby? The extent of my dev work in the past few months is watching you. Been having a good time focusing on improving. That's awesome though. You able to play like the TCG game online somewhere? Because I've never played the TCG game and I probably should check it out. Considering I did own hundreds of cards at one point, but never actually played it. So it's going to do this. Alright, so I think we're going to have int counter equals 0. For each var item in prop list dot instance dot What do we have in this guy? Okay, we do have get prop list. Wait, I don't need to do that. Just the list. Yeah, 100% can. You just got to Google and download it from the. Oh, it's actually from the Pokemon website as well. That's sick. If you ever want to delve into that realm, you just need to let me know. Yeah, sweet man. Got a notification. Who this from? Oh shit! It's BK Dev. All right, so we want to do some functionality, but then we want to do counter plus plus. So then we want to have some if statements in here. So if counter is less than 4, which means it's going to be 0 to 3. Do something. Else if counter is less than 4, 5, 6, 7, less than 8. And then we probably should have else, just if I ever do expand on it later. So this is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, so less than 12. Else if counter is less than, nice autocorrect. Also, if you ever get deep, make an extra deck IRL, you can use the play Pokemon to find card traps there. That's awesome. I wouldn't even know where they have stuff local for us, because we used to have like this really big shop in the city in Brisbane here, and they would always have tons of different things. Like they would have some weekends would be Magic Gathering. I think they still had Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I think they did have Pokemon stuff, but that store closed down, which was a bit sad. It was an OP store. Card shops around here. Yeah. I honestly don't think there's that many card shops in Brisbane anymore. It's like, it's probably the one benefit you got. Well, I mean, I think we've discussed multiple times that America has a lot of benefits over Australia. Australia's cooked. Like, we're such a weird country. I'll look into it though. That'd be cool. So if it's count of 4 means we only care about. Didn't we have 4 rows? We do have 4 rows, which means we actually need another one again. Else if counter is less than 12, 13, 14, 15, less than 16. Oh, I have to show you this. I'll open it in a second screen just in case something weird shows. This is the message I get when I come into Twitch. It's like, you're almost an affiliate. Whoa! I need 13 more followers. It's like, I love, like, honestly, it's like, yeah, the viewers is like probably, I mean, 3 isn't too bad. So it's like, I think the followers is the hardest thing, but I find it funny. It's like, oh yeah, stream 8 hours per month or 7 days per month, and just like how easily you shit in those numbers. I'll be 100% honest though, watching you and your progression really makes me want to make something now. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Honestly, I'm probably keen. I haven't spoke much about what comes after this game, because I think I've got 2 avenues after this game. After this game's either, if this game does well, I'll probably be able to work on the 2 of us straight away. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to have to pump out another game. And I've got an idea for another game, but it's not fleshed out. And like, I guess there's 3 ways that can happen. Or if this does like okay-ish, I might work on both things at the same time. So I could split up my schedule of like, I don't know, 2 days of my weeks dedicated to the 2 of us rebuilding, and then the other 2 days is a new game. But I don't know. With your schedule and advertise your goal on everything very soon. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about pinging this Discord at some point, and just like, hey, if anyone hasn't followed, but I don't know, I'm always adverse to Discord pings. Not really a huge fan. All right. What am I doing? So this guy is now going to need... You have to be very fluid with how the next steps are going to go, and that's very understandable. Yee. Put this guy in here. I mean, we can probably just chuck these in here right now. Counter plus. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to do the same thing. So we're just going to do decoration item object equals instantiate dot. No, not instantiate. It's dot. It's instantiate bracket m underscore decoration item in row 1. And then we need to do obj dot setup. It needs to take in this, and then also this. Oh, it's not I. I've got counter. I don't have the index as I. And then after that's done, we can then go m underscore items dot add object, and we can copy this multiple times. The only thing we need to change is what row we're filling it in with. To row 3, row 4. Okay, I think that's good. So it means in start now, I mean, actually we always have to go clean up as the first thing in here. Get rid of this temp thing now and potentially just say load props on start. We'll see if that works. Are you okay if I do an ad in the 2 of us Discord for your stream? Oh, hey, BK Dev. Yeah, man, you can do whatever you would like, Stubby. I think I did a little bit of an ad, right? Ages ago. Did I put in announcements or something? Or dev log? There you go. September. Oh, I guess like I made a Discord about it, but I guess I never mentioned anything about streaming and stuff. How are those memory leaks going, BK Dev? Yo, what's up to Stain as well? Holy. Popping off. Let's see if this guy works. Yeah, I mean, that is technically correct. None of these errors are errors we care about. Cool. Is there not enough offset on that? Let's go UI, put it into 2D. Yeah, there's not enough offset on row 1. I think it's not centered by the looks of it. Should be middle center. Oh man, this panel's like, I can't even see it properly, man. Oh no, it is correct. But I think we do need to just add a little bit of an offset on row 1 maybe. Except it can't because it's controlled by this. Maybe we can just go -5. -10 even. Probably can't be on this guy. Probably needs to be on this whole scroll viewport. Maybe come in 5. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So we're turned off now. Yeah, cool. So let's bring the scroll view down 5. Should be enough. I find Uni has good tracking on call stacks for memory leaks. Reminds me of Valorant. It's quite fun tracking that down. Are you using like the built-in profiler stuff for that? Oh shit, he put it in announcements. Look at him. Wait. No, burst contains their own memory tracker. Gives you the addresses where they might be. Not normally. But... Okay, sick. That's awesome. Is anyone using the what the Sigma? What's up, Lex? Hello, Radioactive. Oh my god, 2 new people in here. Shit. Thank you very much for the follow. BK Dev or Disdain, you guys using the released version of Unity 6 yet? Because I'm pretty sure it's out now, right? I think I got an email about it. I haven't switched over. I'm still in the preview, but... Alright, so I think this was working. I think we can probably test that it's going into the correct rows if we just add in a ton of temp data. We can clear these out. So what do we go up to? Less than 16, so it needs to be... actually, let me just double check. It's actually, it would have listed at 1. That's, I don't need to... We do 16 like this. No, burst seems dictates I don't want to move versions, but I'm going to give it a go on my next project. Yeah, nice. What about you doing the average software job? This is my version. No, I'm changing my version unless it's a new project. No, I'll definitely be changing. My plan was always to... Because I guess, like, even though Unity 6 preview is probably stable enough that I probably could release on it, like, I know technically you shouldn't release on a preview version. You should do it on, like, a proper supported version. So I probably will update to Unity 6. But, yeah, the hope is that just nothing breaks. I mean, something will go wrong, but, yeah. Is there features you want in the new version? It's just to be on the latest LTS version, I think, is basically what I want to do. Because I'm technically on Unity 6 already. I'm just on the preview rather than the release version. So I guess if I ever do run into problems that I need to contact Unity about, is their first thing will just be like, you should be on the LTS version and not a preview version. I think I'll probably use... I think Unity 6 has a built-in multiplayer package now that I'll probably be using for the 2 of us when I rebuild that. They've been talking it up that it's going to be pretty good. I'll guess we'll be the judge of that, but... 1 second, I'm just getting a phone call. Never mind then. What programmer says that as a programmer nothing is ever finished? That is why we have versions. Yeah. True. Alright, so if we have 16 of those in there now, it should put them all onto separate rows if I've done it properly. Cool, that's working. Wow. It's gonna break because I haven't initialized any data properly, but cool, that's working. So let's rub that off the list. Coming to this guy, we'll remove all of this stuff. Out of view. That's a error I haven't seen before, I don't think. Anyway, it's all just fake data regardless. So I just wanted to create a second prop as well. How did I do it on this? Okay, and then I created a second prefab. Okay, let's just duplicate this. Call this one plant 2. We're going to need to grab another plant. It's going to be in this guy. Prefabs, interior. I think it was in flower, yeah, because that's this guy here. Let's get like... Sure, this one. Looks cool. I was just saying I do not know of a programmer that would say don't change my version. As a programmer, it is inherent to change software for software to change. Those changes pay you. No, that is kind of very true. What BK Deb's saying, Disdain. I think within reasons, like sometimes, like yeah, it's necessary to update something immediately because it might be fixing a long-standing bug that you've always wanted fixed. But I can speak like when I was working at a game studio, like when we had to update our Unity versions and stuff like that, we would probably leave the update until the last minute. We wouldn't update straight away. So like I think we had to update off of a version of Unity because it was no longer going to be their LTS version. So we had to get to the newest one. And also we wanted to access some new packages and stuff like that. But yeah, it's normally like we would not update straight, like, yeah. So definitely I can understand both sides of the thing, but in terms of like game engines, you normally don't update the Unity version straight away. You normally will leave it on it. If you can, leave it on the same version. It's not going to run into problems, but yeah. Yeah. So it's like for me, with my version of the games, like I'm updating, so I'm on to monitoring what is going on. Yeah. I don't think, just like to clarify with what BK Deb's saying as well, is like I don't think anyone here is trying to insult anyone. I think it was just a question of like, but yeah. Because yeah, I'll keep reiterating the exact same point, but yeah, it's both sides of what you guys are saying is correct. When you can, you should always be on the most latest version of whatever it is. There's too much to talk about. But yeah, with game development, it's very common that you won't update what version you're on, if you can avoid it. I mean, a good example of that is someone that raided me the other day. If anyone was in stream when that happened, a fella came in and raided with like 90 viewers or something. I think he's been working on his game for like 3 years, and he's on like a fairly old version of Unity, and he won't update to a new version of Unity unless it absolutely necessary. But yeah, cool. Alrighty, let's go back to this now. Chuck this in. We're gonna do this tall plant. Is that a lot bigger than what the other one was? I don't know. Oh, it has its own collider. I wonder if that's... Yeah, we'll see. Oh, this is a weird size. I might actually have to change what this collider looks like. We'll see though. Let's create a prop for plant 2. Sadly did not make them myself. Bought a fairly large asset pack that's got like basically all my assets. It's got my like character models, my interior models, all these props and stuff like that. I am nowhere talented enough to be able to make any of this stuff. Alright. Yeah. I think that's my thing. Is like, I think eventually, like, you know, if after I make a couple of games and they start potentially start generating some income, it's like I would love to probably make all of my assets in a game, but it definitely slows down the process a lot. So it's like where I'm trying to get this game out in 6 months is, you know, if I was also creating all of the assets, it's like, it's just, it wouldn't be doable. Plant 2, prop ID 2. Lock this. Nope, that's not it. Props, plants, plant 2, make it cost 25. I guess we could create an image of this. Oh, I just realized how I've been doing these screenshots is very not good. But I'll do it anyway. Need to make them like a standardized image size rather than just ripping a screenshot like that. So I suck at 3D art, but I buy assets for most stuff, or I have an artist do it for me. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do for for my first couple of games. I can do 3D modeling. Like I studied it for a subject at university, but yeah, I'm in no way would be confident enough that my first couple of games has my own art in it if I want this game out in a reasonable time frame. Your size taking... Yeah, our time is a suck. It's time's like, yeah. That's awesome if your son's getting into Blender. Holy. Yeah, I think in my subject at university, we used Maya. Autodesk Maya. Which I think I was saying that yesterday, but yeah. Who needs to hire arting? We can make them. That's probably fine. Yeah, this is such like a weird offset image that I don't really think I'm gonna like what this is gonna be like. Anyway, we'll just rip it. Realistically, what I'm creating at the moment is still just temp. Anyway, export as PNG. Yeah, just rip it on the desktop. Just fill that guy up. We'll call it. Oh, cancel. PNG. There you go. Export. Sure, discard, don't care. Alright, I'll pose a question to you guys, just because you did bring up AI now, is what is everyone's opinion on AI? And AI in, I guess just because I'm a games developer, is like AI in games. What are your thoughts? Definitely, don't get me wrong, it's like AI is 100% useful, but what are your thoughts about using it in games? AI art, AI code. I think code is less problematic, but yeah. I think in terms of AI in programming, I personally love it. Like, I've used a bit of ChatGPT to help me with some code in this project. But I think most things with AI, I think, is to use them as a guide, not the full implementation, I guess. And with art, I'm on the side of the fence of like, I don't particularly think you should have AI art in your game. It's all a bit of a blurry line for me, but like, I can just say like how we used it at the game studio that I worked at was, yeah, we didn't have any AI games, but we would use it as like concept art, I guess, of like, because you can feed in so many prompts and stuff like that, is like, if you're trying to fit an aesthetic for a game, is you'd have that, and that's kind of your storyboard of like, I want the game to look like this, and then we generate our own assets off of that. It's like, I think personally that's how I feel it should be used, but because I know, like, it would be sad if like there was a game that's just like, it was just completely written by AI, but it's just like at the same time, it's just like, could AI fully create a game without user input of that's up to like the standard of what we expect? I don't know, but anyway. I think for me, it's like I used some AI code in the helping me with the shader to do that rubbing out mechanic, because like, one, I've never done any shader work before. A bit of a scam, I guess, if I've never done that, but yeah, never done any of that before. And yeah, I was able to kind of get an insight, and it does actually explain it fairly well of like what it's doing and what values are getting set where. Yeah. All right, let's add a second prop. Sets, scenes, main menu. Yeah, I think you're definitely right, Disdain, in that I don't think it's going to, like, replace people. Like, fully replace people, right? Like, you're still going to need artists. You're still going to need, you know, musicians and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, like smart reflection-based generators. Yeah, it cannot write songs. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we got plant 1, plant 2. It really does annoy me that it's off-center, but that's okay. Let's add plant 1 here and add plant 2. Wow, it's very bright, isn't it? Plant 2 there. And we'll just confirm that those are both going to be saving, because I've got a different ID on that. Oh, okay. It put plant 1 back in its spot. That is because I think I have some hard code to only access the first thing. Look up prop. Int ID. Huh. Yeah. What is going on here? Maybe I'm hard setting the ID when I'm building. No, it should be setting the prop ID. Is my config bugged out? I could have sworn I set it to prop ID 2. Like, I know I did hard code something yesterday. I really should have put a comment on there to saying like to do and get it out. Config. Yeah, if it does not equal 0, which is fine. Config. Look up prop, and that should have been returning 2. I didn't make sure the prefabs are set properly. Prefab 1, prefab 2. All right. Am I not saving it? I mean, I'm definitely getting the prop ID. Okay, let's do some debugging. All right. Want to make sure that when we're placing it, we are placing a prop ID 2. And then let's also debug saving, but after we've made a new save. The burst is taking 2 minutes to compile every time I make a change. It's really cool and does not. I'm a musician. 90% of the music on the profile is made by me. Really singing, playing. Hell yeah. So start debugging now. So let's put in, oh shit, I got more debugs that I didn't want. Okay, and we go this guy, prop ID 1, correct? And let's add a second one. Oh, it's bugging out, Prop ID 1. Which means I'm not. I need to get dinner situated, then I'm off to Pokemon. Have a good rest stream, lurk mode. Hey, too easy, Stubby. Catch you later. Good luck with Pokemon, sir. My point was, it still required good writing and arrangement. Yeah, for sure to stand. I think that is the big thing, and it's like the same thing with code. Like I've spoke to a few programmers that I worked with at the studio, and when they were using ChatGPT for code, is like like I've said before, it's like they'd use it as a base. They wouldn't use it as the full implementation. Like it has like a good skeleton there, then they kind of optimize it a little bit more. So I'm assuming it's probably the same with music. Is, you know, it can do some things, but it still does need a human touch on it to properly create something. All right, so it still thinks this plant is not the correct plant, which is very odd. Which means the oh, I really should have checked this guy to see what config it was reading from. Come here, place plant 1. Config is plant 1, as expected. And then we're placing the second guy. Whoa. Oh wow, I've hella bugged this, haven't I? Shit. And here we go. Oh my god. So buggy. Well, I've clearly killed something there. Here we go. Okay, so when I'm placing it, it still thinks the config. Oh, I wonder if it's because, I mean, update grid data is getting done from here. Yeah, and I've got it hard set to be plant 1 config. That's a bit silly, isn't it? I disagree, but I am not in the mood for an II debate. All right. It's a touchy subject. I'll get off of it then. All right. So, man, this is some bad code I wrote yesterday, huh? So, where are we making this? 57, 117, and 270. Take area, start object to place size. So this config needs to be dynamically changing. This is in test variables as well. So let's have a private prop config. So current prop config. Let's just comment this out so I can see how many places this needs to be updated. Just nuanced. Alrighty. So current prop config. I mean, this code can just be put in the bin. We don't need that anymore. I mean, this just needs to be this. Right. So then we need a way to dynamically update grid data. So this, let's just add like a method. Where do I want to put it? Let's put it up the top. Maybe let's do it in here and go public void set prop config. Do this, and then I'm pretty sure this is going to get done from this guy. I mean, it was doing initialize with object. So maybe we don't need that because we're already calling a method. We can just do something in there. So scrap that. Initialize with object. Is this? Okay, but it's taking a game object instead. So rather than doing that, let's change it to be this. Turn this into a prop config. And then here we go config dot prefab. And then we can also go m underscore current config equals config. I think that's right. We can at least try it out. Holy mother of nesting. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I did some things yesterday, and the whole time I was making, I'm like, this is really bad nesting. Which one are we talking about? Object to place. Why is that now a problem? Oh god. Which one? That's a good nest. That's huge, and it's also an update. So that's even more huge. Oh, this one? Probably was this one, right? Yeah, I wrote this yesterday. I'm like, this is the most disgusting code I've written for a while. Although my son played with a juice voice generator, that was pretty good. It was scary. Yeah, hot nesting, dude. Alright, so why was this causing an error? Because... oh, shit. Okay. Because initialize object needed a game object. Okay. So if that's the case... let's put it back in here then. Game object. Prefab. We can take in both maybe. Oh, but it needs... Oh, no, I'm just like fried, I think. This can still be this. I just need to change what that code up there was saying. Equals config. And then here you're just saying m_current config, I think. I think that's the fix. We still got an error somewhere. You. You're not an error. You lied to me. You just hadn't compiled yet. All right. So let's go. Really interested what that bug was getting caused. So if I go add and then create this. Okay. And then if we quit out and then come back in. First guy's dead. Cool. Love that. Rip, yeah. Look, we were fixing the bug that the second guy wasn't spawning correctly. It was spawning the first one, so we fixed that, but we've now somehow created another bug. Very cool. Building system 233. This guy. Yeah, I guess we can debug it. See what it has to say for itself. Config equals null. That's probably a problem. And that's getting called from then. Load data 269. Okay, let's chuck a debug on this guy now. Config equals plant 2. Yeah. What database am I using? What is the provider you're talking to? Yeah, it's a super scuffed save system. So I'm storing grid data as a 2D int array, and then each value of that. So if there's an object on that grid, it's gonna hold the ID of what's on that grid, and that's working. But when it's coming up here, this config's null. So I think I've just not called something. So we come through here. Is it just this fact of just going m_current config equals config? Is that what the problem is? I get that, and storing it into what? I was just asking, or pulling it from what? Yeah, so it's coming through, I'll open it up in here. Well, pulling it from what? So my save data is storing that int, but then it's reading that from, where's my scenes here? Main is this guy. No, that's not the one. This one. It's just a list of configs. It worked. There you go. I found what the problem was. I just didn't, because I changed it to be using this new variable, I needed to actually set it. So that's why it was null up here. But cool, that's working. All right. Second prop's done. Decoration review functionality. All right. Who is going to solve that? Is that your ticket system? So I'll open up. What's the easiest way for me to show it? Let's just like run through a day. That's concerning. The list. Oh, got you. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant what I was talking about, like the review system in game. Yeah, before I started stream today, I just created a thing of just what I wanted to look at today. Very hard and fast, not using like any big project management thing. Normally I don't even have anything, I just send it, but I thought I would at least look at like the last bits of functionality I needed for what I was building. No Scrum. Yeah. No story. Oh, fucking story points, man. Yeah, it's a no from me. Yeah, we worked on story points at work. Look, I definitely see the value, but there's limitations on story point stuff that, and like, I don't know if it was just my company or if it's like the standard for that sort of stuff, but it's just like, on a big team, sure, yeah. If you're playing solo, like going through story points, I mean, it's probably still okay because I guess it helps you map out your schedule a lot more. And if you're creating a timeline, you can have a better estimate of how long things are going to take. But yeah, like on our team, we do helps QA. That's also true. Yeah, my QA for this is going to be a nightmare. Like every 2 weeks when you do all of your sprint ceremonies and stuff like that, it's just like, man, we were in meetings for like half a day every 2 weeks getting all that stuff up, and I was just like, oh man, this is so tedious. I just want to make games. All right, we're gonna create a new data source, I think. Decoration. Uh, 15-minute stand-ups. Yeah, so we would have, I feel like our stand-ups would probably go for 15 minutes. So yeah, we have our daily 15-minute stand-ups. I think our team size, the biggest my team ever got to was probably 9 people. But yeah, then every 2 weeks you would have sprint planning. So that's, yeah, looking at your next 2 week sprint. assigning all the story point values, voting on all of that stuff. You'd have a retrospective. You'd also have a sprint review that's then like a public thing for everyone at the company. Yeah, the card games, you're absolutely right. And just, oh yeah, man. Like, I get it, but it's like definitely the freeing things. Like, now that I'm indie dev, is like that was like the thing I noticed straight away. I'm just like, man, all the process and stuff like that would take up your day. Is just like not having to do all that. It's just like very, very freeing. Int decoration count. And 50 teams. How many teams did we have? I mean, I could probably ballpark our team number based on head count. I think we were at like 10. Average team size probably 5. There's probably like 20 teams at the studio I was at. Decoration. There's probably going to be other stuff that we want in here. Oh, I didn't put the close bracket in. We are probably going to want stuff for the wall ID, floor ID, table ID. Yeah, I think by the time I left, our team size was, because someone on the team was let go as well, I think we were 4 people in the end. But yeah, our biggest team was like 8-9 people. And yeah, with 8-9 people, there's a lot of people. I say. We're splitting 5-5. 5-5 is much more manageable. I think it was something we noticed, like when our team got split from like that 8-9 people. I could count how many people it is, but that, you know, you thought that, I think our team basically got cut in half, and you would think it's like, oh, it means we're gonna be able to get half the work done. Nah, like honestly, it didn't really slow us down that much. Like, obviously a little hit because we lost a couple of programmers, and obviously that means output's going to be down, but it's just like, yeah, it's less overhead to manage. It was just a lot better. All right, let's just chuck it in here. We're not gonna, I mean, we're going to be implementing it later, so maybe it works. Public static int wall ID. Wall ID, floor ID, table ID, chair ID. Floor ID. What was I saying? Table ID. Chair ID. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I've always been curious to work at like a AAA studio or something like that, just because I think it would be really cool to be involved in a AAA title. But that is like the big thing for me, is like, man, like if I was thinking 10 people on a team is too big, like imagine working on a team that has hundreds of people. Obviously you're more segmented kind of. Like, I know you'd work on smaller teams, like you're the team in charge of this, and then that is going to be the smaller team, but yeah. Others probably want to skip. Yeah, I respect that, BK Dev. Alright, decoration count. Building system. Let's chuck it in here when we're loading data so we can go decoration count equals 0. Each time we place this, add a count to it. Update grid data. Actually, maybe I should do it in here rather than down here, because I think when we take area, we upgrade grid data, which comes into here. Yeah, let's do it like that. Yeah, big studios are like most big corporate programming jobs. They suck the passion out of you. It's nice in a small team with the right people, like a startup game dev place. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, like, there's definitely games that I'd be passionate enough on to work in a big team, but I think for now, yeah, working small indie is just much better for me. Like, maybe eventually, you know, I want something different out of game dev, but for now, that's not it. Like, I did have a couple of job interviews for some slightly bigger studios here in Australia before I quit my job, but I decided to not pursue them any further because I was just like, you know what? Actually, I think I'm just gonna go solo. I think I'll prefer to do that for a little bit. Yeah, you're exactly right, Disdain. Because I do know for a fact there are quite a handful of AAA studios that are notorious for not treating their employees very well. And it's like going to work there, I think you're just signing, not to like victim blame or anything like that, but it's just like you're kind of signing up to just not be in for a good time. All right, so definitely want to see what was going on with that bug in a second, but if we go now to, where are we creating that? It's the review manager, maybe? Generate end of day reviews. Let's go, just gonna put a test here, int count decoration data source dot decoration count. Just want to test that. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to have a look at what's going on here, because every time I open this save file, it's adding an extra plant. Put that at the top of the list. Yeah, actually, whoa, easy turbo. Put it up here. Extra plant being added to save file. It's classic. But let's run a day, just because I do want to test that other thing that I just debugged. This guy. Oh, shit. There's got too many debugs. This is probably good. I'm going through and clearing a lot of these debugs. Oh, that's a problem. I can't access I can't access that thing, so it's another thing that I'm gonna need to fix. Less priority than that bug, at least. Let's do after this. Can't clean spills through plants. Hey, can I send you a screenshot of this more efficient river generation? I'm sorry, I turned down. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. Okay, I'm not going to be able to clean it up. That's okay. Poor guy. Right, here we go. So decoration count 4. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Shouldn't be. It should be 2. I don't know how we're spawning an extra dude, but that's okay. So we can create reviews based off of that now. Yeah, and the map gen video with the horns is funny. You have a good voice. Decoration review. It's the last review we need. All right. Have a squeeze. So I'll pull this on the main screen because I don't think you, hopefully you wouldn't mind. Actually, I can probably just do this, right? So screen from river generation. So that's this thing here, right? It's what you've got drawing through the middle of these tiles. That's cool. Does look pretty cool as well. Every tile, including rivers, is read off adjacent, so super moddable. That's awesome. Assign weights and let the game predict it for you. That's actually sick. I think it's something that I probably would be like, I don't mind, high stream. Watch it disdain. Yeah, that's really cool. I've always liked kind of like, yeah, auto-generated sort of stuff. I think it's one of the, see if I've still got it written in here. Ethan Games. No. Maybe it's deleted. Pretty sure I did have some procedural generation roguelite game personal project at one point, but I think it's not on the computer anymore. So it's just auto-generating runes and stuff like that. That's cool. That's cool. Actually, I can't remember. Was it Disdain? Was it you saying yesterday that you do that you've been doing Java mods? Was it Minecraft mods? Forgive me if it's a different person. Yeah, sweet. That's cool. I think maybe rainy day thing for me is like maybe I'll look into mods and stuff like that, because that is not for my game. Like look into doing mods, that'd be cool. I think something different to do. All right. Anyway, Java mod 1.6 and 1.5 mod. Yes, sweet. All right, decoration reviews. So I guess we can come and create some reviews. Decoration review fail. Pass. I could have the cafe name put into that. I can do that later. Quiet Bear could use some sprucing up. Oh, I guess there's 3. There's a good amount of fail and then too much maybe. Pass, fail low, and then we can have fail high. It's quite crowded. Alright, too easy, BK Dev. Catch you later. Cafe was quite crowded. Cafe was quite crowded. Should be less clutter, let's call it. And then passing was like the capital. Cafe. Set up. Something like that. So we're gonna have to come into, actually we'll assign it in here first. Let's separate these a little bit. Actually, considering these are all serialized, let's do it properly. Food reviews. So what is the mod that you're working on in particular? This was time review. Underscore decoration review fail low, fail high, pass. Flexible commodities based economy where items change value based on market sales trends worldwide. Simple, he says. That's awesome though. That sounds really cool. Simple. Oh, you're a crack up. In my comment. No, that's cool though. That's very cool. Oh, okay, so we're gonna have to add a to-do in here, I think. But for the sake of anything, we can just say if decoration data source dot decoration count is less than, let's just say we want 4. Else if decoration count is equal to 4. And then we have an else. Reviews dot add m underscore, so less than, this is going to be decoration fail low review. Is dot add God, I'm already forgetting what I'm typing. This is a pass. Let's just chuck to do. Set this up. Next I'm building casino in it. It's just for fun. That's cool. It's actually really cool, actually. I haven't played Minecraft in ages, to be honest. I always did rate Minecraft. Need a way to spend the money. Very true. Alright, so that's that. And then if we come into this guy. We need the review manager. Much cleaner now that I've got headers on everything. And then come to reviews. Fail. I'm gonna guess you'll fail low. Nah, tried. Fail high. Fail low. And then pass. I think I've always, with Minecraft, I mean, every now and again I played the base game, but I think whatever I did, I always loaded that boy up with mods. I could use like, what was the classic one that everyone used back in the day? Like, Bucket or Tekkit, whatever it is, that just like had a very large pack of tons of mods in one. So spigot. All right, so Forge. Forge sounds familiar. Review panel. So I think review item. I had stuff commented out in here to find all the places that I left that commented out. Review manager. I probably also had. This is rating manager. You clown. This guy. Take that. And then probably also need to do something on the review panel, my guess is. Wrong. I definitely don't need to. That's cool. Alright, we can test to see if that's working. I don't play Minecraft. My kids do. I'm just going to be their hero. Godspeed. That's awesome. Man, can you imagine that? Just like your dad custom making you Minecraft mods. That is awesome. I think this is technically done, but I want to find out what's going on with this guy. At the same time, I don't really want to. Actually, now let's check that the reviews are going to work first. Yeah, the bonus plant. It's a feature. We should. I mean. So we can test this out now. Now that we know that there's 5 plants, is at the end of this day, we should get a review saying there are too many plants. It's cluttered. I just do all this stuff. Nothing's caught fire yet in the kitchen. Oh, spoke too soon. Nope. There you go. Alright. Reviews. Ah, damn it. I haven't set up that yet, apparently. Wait. Huh. Okay, I've definitely bugged out this save file because I've got week 1, day 1, week 1, day 1. So I've somehow added an extra thing in here, but this is the only one we care about. So cafe was quite crowded. There should be less clutter. So that's working. So if I now remove one of those, I don't have a functionality to remove anything. So before I tackle that bug, let's go building system. Clear grid data. I think it's in this guy. And just because I'm always really cautious whenever I'm doing decrements, is if count is less than 0. Not that it should ever happen, but Just be safe. Alright, so that's going to fix that up, but yeah. Okay, so I will tackle this bug then. It's good practice. You're absolutely right. Alright, so... wonder what would be causing it. So we've got a debug here and a debug on the update grid data. I'm going to create a new save file to start from scratch. Something just broke. So what's working in Java like? I don't think I've done much Java. I think I had like one class at uni that was kind of like JavaScript, but it was very like not really that technical. Not much difference like .NET. Oh yeah, cool. Alright, so didn't want reviews, we want this guy. So let's add plant over here. Let's come down 1. Grid X, grid Y. So 11, 10, we're adding something. Okay, 1110's got the correct thing in there, cool. Let's also add a second plant over here again. God. Okay, and this one's going to be 0, 9. Zero nine's got 2. Let's close that. And then we'll be loading some grid data. Maybe go from there. Syntax slightly different, but it is a C syntax language, so you could get going. Yeah, sweet. I should have written down what those were, but 0, 0. Oh, wait, okay. I lied. I probably should have it inside here, so we're not waiting 20 years for this to hit. 0, 9, I think. Yeah. Not that you need to. Why step backward? Yeah, true. No, I think if I would ever learn another language, it would probably be C++, just so then if I ever do switch to Unreal, is I know the native language that's on that engine, but for the time being, like, I don't know if I will ever need to. Minecraft on Java was a horrible decision. Notch was an architect. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Alright, 0, 9. Okay. And then if we come back again, this would be 0, 9. Wait. 0, 8. Okay, so that's already something that's happening there. It just put it on the second one. And then this one was 11, 10. 11, 10. Didn't add a second plant. Okay, I have a suspicion. Yeah. I think this might have to do with the Unity version is much better. Wait, is Minecraft now on Unity? It shows you how out of the loop I am now. If they rebuild it in Unity, that'd be cool if that's the case. Let's come out of 2D. So, what I'm thinking is actually happening here. Yeah. Maybe it's this. Because it's like not centered. Is my guess. The collider on the object. Like it's weird offset. Maybe that's the cause of it. It's like going slightly over the tile size. I think that's what's the cause of the bug. So we shall take a look at that. Let's have a squiz at what you've linked here. Oh, and I'm gonna get an ad because I'm not on my other YouTube channel. Wait, so it hasn't been rebuilt, but someone has rebuilt it, sort of thing. That looks crazy good though, right? We get more like gameplay stuff. So again, there. That's really cool. Yeah. I'll even save that video to watch later as well and watch through it. That looks sick. Man, there are some talented people out there. I think that's like something for me that I actually do love is people that kind of like remake things in newer engines and stuff like that. Like I guess my favorite thing is like whenever people do like super high res Unreal Engine versions of things. Like, so I'm a World of Warcraft player, right? But then people will like remake, let's say like certain zones in World of Warcraft and Unreal Engine, and like seeing the effort people put into stuff like that, it's like, oh man, that's crazy. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe make the pot the only thing that's got the collider around it. Like this. See how we go with that. For the argument's sake, I'm going to turn off debugging for a second. Yeah, people get on tangents. Yeah. Well, like, I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike back in the day. So, like, I think someone made, like, a Dust 2 remake. Oh, another ad. Love that. Oh, okay. Yeah, so like this. Like, damn, that's cool. But anyway, getting sidetracked. The first Minecraft on Unity was done by a 15-year-old in 6 weeks. Holy. Impressive. Well, I guess technically, realistically, Minecraft isn't that complex of a game, right? It's obviously, yeah, it's kind of, its depth is in the mechanics that it's got in there, but like, if you know enough about like procedural generation and stuff like that, I assume, I haven't done much with it, like I assume it probably actually wouldn't be that bad to set up. Right, that's fine. Exit. It's not that complicated. It is easier with an engine instead of trying to write everything on a runtime language. True, yeah. I think I did watch a video. I'm not going to try and scour the internet for it. I think I did watch someone do, I think their task was, I don't know if they what they were using, but I think they were trying to rebuild Minecraft, or at least like the terrain of Minecraft and watching them go through the procedural generation of that. And I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, and we can see, haven't duplicated a plant, which is nice. We can check with edit mode that it's in the correct spot. It is. Okay, yeah. So I think it was just the fact that the collider was like a janky thing that like it was off-centered and stuff like that. So I think that is going to be the fix for this. Is just make sure my colliders aren't too big. All my things are just going to be small images anyway, small props anyway, so it should be fine. I'm going to do a push of what I've got currently. What have I done here? Decoration reviews have been set up. I should probably test the other parts of the review before I do anything else. So we've got no reviews on this guy. So let's go through all the tedious stuff to start. Bang, 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 bang. Start day. Should be one more thing that happens. There it is. So because of this, we should get the less. It's quite bare. Could use some sprucing up. So if we add 2 more plants. Can't wait to play this. I'm a cook, so I'm going to have fun with it. Warms my heart. Thank you. I think you joined the Discord, didn't you? Right. Thought I saw you in there. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll probably at some point. It's probably going to be. This is all old prototype stuff. But I'll probably be collecting some people to do some initial testing of what I've got at the end of next week. I'm hoping, assuming everything goes well. But I'll make sure I'll hit you up if you want to have a quick play of what we've got. Champion. Yeah, you'll probably find so many bugs. That's one thing. So Stubby AFK that was in here before. So he's the admin of the speedrunning community for my platformer. And yeah, the amount of bugs that they found in that game that I didn't even think would exist is like, yeah, crazy. Speedrunners are a different breed of people. Alright, so we got 4 now, so we should be able to get a good review from this now. Okay. Cafe was quite crowded. There should be less clutter. What bad code have I written now? That is what I've written. For some reason I said equals 0. It should be equals 4. God. Magic numbers everywhere. There is no good about codes. Thank you to Stain. I appreciate that. Is why, like, I've got so many things in here that are just magic numbers everywhere, and I keep chucking these to-dos everywhere. Cool, so there's 4. Run it back. Alright, give me the correct review this time, please, and thank you. Cafe was very lively. I love the setup. Is there a physical representation of the reviewer? What do you mean by that? Never mind. All right. Yeah, so I guess in terms of the reviewers, the customers themselves, they only control, I thought it was like a critic review, but it's a weighted review of the performance, yeah. The customers control the top 4 reviews, so they control whether the ingredient amounts you have on the recipe are correct or incorrect. They give you a review on the profit that you've got set on that menu item, and then also the service. And then the cleanliness and the decoration review at the bottom here, they're just a blanket review that you get at the end of the day. So like the spills and trash that I was cleaning up throughout the thing, if I leave any of those up, which I get a cafe is dirty, and yeah, calculate at the end basically. And then it's going to be, it's one of the joys that I'm going to have to do is then like I need to create some sort of formula that's taking everything into consideration to whether overall it was net positive, net negative, net neutral, or whatever it is, and then that's going to then influence your follower count and stuff like that. And then yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think that's probably the thing that's going to need the most testing and balancing around, is just need people to play through it multiple times to just see what the progression is going to be like with that sort of stuff. But yeah, then you're going to hit certain follower goals, and once you reach a certain follower goal, that's when a food critic can come in, and the food critic is then how you're going to be increasing your star rating. So let's just say like you need to get to 2,000 followers, and you're going to get the first critic to come in, and that you'll get information on the critic, and the critic might be like, oh, I want, I'm going to eat 2 meals, so it's going to pick 2 meals from your menu. They probably both going to need to be perfect and stuff like that, but yeah, bit of depth there, bit of depth. But yeah, cool. So that's the review system. I'm happy with that. I need to push that fix to the bug. Bad magic number. Review system. So let's get, that's done. That's done. Don't want to do that yet. Let's put it down the bottom. Alright. Don't know how I'm going to do this other stuff yet, so I'm going to try and think my way through that. Main menu. No, man. Yeah, appreciate it. I hope it's going to be fun. I think it's like the big... Is this on perspective or something? Yeah. I can remember I was watching a documentary made about Concerned Ape, who made Stardew Valley, and I definitely related to something that he said. He's like, he wasn't even sure his game was fun, and he actually started to hate the game when he was making it, because yeah, when you're the only one looking at a game and you're doing the mechanic of things over and over again, it's like you kind of become a bit desensitized to it. That's why like I want to make sure that I get people to kind of play test the game a few times before I ever release the game, because if it's just based on my opinion, I'm not going to be able to get a good idea of it. But if I get fresh eyes on it and people can see what it's like, then I might be able to get a better idea of how it actually looks. No, just like music. Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. We're all very harsh critics on ourselves. Alright, so... do walls first. So we want to be able to change the wall color. And I think the way that this is actually... six. Yeah, wallpaper. So I think the problem is like each wall kind of is its own object. This is just me having zero idea how models work. You got assets for it, right? Yeah. So it's all set up in, looks like it's big, like its own big texture. So I need a way to dynamically swap out the walls. Would you recommend just like swapping out the whole object, or is there a way to like change the data, then it grabs like another UV or something like that from the texture? So if I open up this guy, I'll open up one of the test scenes demonstration. Do the objects vary in size or shape? They shouldn't, I hope. I think the walls that I'm using, they can all be the same. I probably should go into this scene. I'll get a better idea. Because I think this one's got all the assets side by side with each other rather than like a demo scene. It's the first time I've opened this scene for ages. Here we go. So we go... where are the walls? Over here. Unlit scene. There we go. So yeah, I think they're all the same thickness of walls, color-wise. I guess there's... yeah, it's like slider stuff. I don't think it's needed. Then we also need to be able to do floors as well. But anyway. And you should be able to swap textures. Yeah, I think realistically, it literally just is these that I think we do. I might have functionality eventually that you can add windows onto walls, but that's definitely not a high priority thing at the moment. Are they embedded with the textures? So it's like... wow, the textures of this are actually really simple. Apparently, they're just colors. I have zero idea how texture stuff works, hey? So how would you dynamically change? Probably even use a shader and tint them on RVG. Yeah. So do you reckon, considering they are just all base colors, would you just use white as your base color, then just tint it off that? Because then you can make it any color you want, right? Then use textures for the real texture. Bumpy ECD. Yeah, I think the... how are the floors done? Oh. It's frozen. Send help. Send help. There we go. So floor. How are these guys done? Still the same thing, so I guess they're still using like bits and pieces of this as well. Damn, okay. What's this? Carpet. Interesting. Bear rug. Been a while since I've actually looked at all of this stuff. We can use that one, that one, that one. What else is there? Little gamer desk. Okay, and that's the table I've been using over here. There's not many options for that, actually. Hindsight. Plenty of chair options, I guess. Wow. Alright. Loss. And then changing chairs. So this is like, I'm gonna sort stuff into texture change. Need to stop clicking Control S and go model change. So in terms of that, how would I do model changes? I would have positions in the cafe of the seat positions, and then as a child of that we can then probably have the seat and the manager. If we ever change it, it goes through, changes any of the seats then to be the other model. Probably have to potentially edit the prefab to make sure the sizing's right. Yeah, I think that's okay. Is there really no other tables that I could potentially use for this? It's like a coffee table. Let's definitely use this guy, definitely use this guy. Tried to knock? Knock what? Try to join your live. Oh yeah, wants to collaborate, click to accept. Stream Together only supports Chrome and Firefox for now. Ah, that's really convenient. Trying to make me use browsers that I don't use. Do I even have any of those installed? No, I don't. Join Discord voice, maybe. I'll have to put a headset on for that. Hang on a second. Shit. I'm gonna chuck a BRB on the stream a second. I just got a phone call that I quickly need to return. Let's go. BRB. All right, my apologies. I'm going to have to end stream early today. I just got a call and there's something I need to go sort out. Bit annoying, but it is what it is, sadly. Yes, I'm going to have to end stream here. I'll be back live tomorrow because today is only Wednesday, right? Yep, cool. Got one more stream this week. So tomorrow, yeah, I'll be trying to wrap up the rest of this decoration stuff. Whether I'll be able to... No, I should be able to. We'll wrap up all the decoration stuff so then next week we can start on hopefully fine-tuning a bit more stuff. But yeah, cool. So I'll catch you later. Disdain, anyone else in chat? Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, whatever time it is there. I'll